Okay. Hey, just got in from work and I already got a vlog ready for you. At first I was going to call it leering or something like that, and then I realized there's something I can talk about. Remember I said I was collecting all those notes all the time? While away, I've been doing my work. So this episode, this RT vlog is going to be on rotoscoping. Okay, I took this idea of rotoscoping from Superman, the old way they used to do cartoons, and I realized that it's something that you can do with your eyes. And the way you do it with your eyes is by remembering things and feeling the impact on the inside of that ocular layer that we have. And you can turn your memory turned impact slash value into meaning, and it can mean anything that you want it to. So what does that mean? That means you can imitate sounds with your vision. And that's what I call rotoscoping. And, you know, I came up with the word as I come up with a bunch of words that I'll introduce to you guys, like frequency and electromagnesis, right? But I describe what's actually going on. So same here with rotoscoping. So what is the use of rotoscoping? Easily, I will tell you, rotoscoping and its use, it perfects hearing. There's a book, I believe it's You Are You, but there's a chapter in You Are You where I talk about sound. I believe it's chapter 5. Chapter 5 is for anyone who hasn't picked up the book and read chapter 5 and extracted its meaning. I endorse chapter 5 for everybody, no matter what. Chapter 5 is everything. And this one line I say in chapter 5 is that sound turns to light, turns to sound, turns to light, turns to sound, turns to light, turns to sound. And the reason why I say in the book is because at the end of things that you hear, you see something. Sometimes you don't see what you hear, but most times you see what you heard. And the reason for that is so that you can connect what you're looking at to what you're listening to. Why? Because you want experiences that corroborate with reality. You don't want to feel like an insane lunatic trying to put together pieces of your life all of the time, living in a fractal world. You don't want to be there. The way to keep that from happening is to rotoscope. And what is rotoscoping? When you simplify what rotoscoping is, it's mastery of memory. Okay? What you're using is using your mind to build a membrane, a spiritual, emotional, mental membrane, okay, that resists the effects of a time past. Okay, so that's rotoscoping on both of its levels. All right, you're using the impact that you feel behind your eyes to count for something that you hear. Because I said you can turn light to sound, sound turns to light. That's what happens, though. It's not whether or not you can turn it that way. That's what it is. That's simply what it is. You're just using two of your senses to rotoscope, and you're allotting the experience and its result to only one of them. The mind is useful for when you want to isolate a sense, perfect it in experience, and then embody it. The reason why we have 5 senses is so that we can receive information. But remember in the last 2 vlogs when I said that what's more important rather than receiving all the time is as you mature to learn how to transmit so that you understand where your energy is going and how it's going to come back to you, and so that you get what you want out of this life. That's the whole point of transmission. So rotoscoping then is just one of the mastered ways. When you mature, I really only mean you learn how to use your mind to corroborate with your experience in this here reality, because you don't need anyone other than yourself to agree with what you're experiencing. Okay, people telling you that you're crazy are useless in the face of rotoscoping, because your eyes know how to trace back the memories of where to look for things that you have heard before. Like when someone lies to you, you're like, oh, I've heard this before. When someone's trying to sell you a shady business deal, you're like, oh, I've heard this before. When someone's trying to tell you something good, I've heard this before. All of those experiences, though, line up, and your mastery of those experiences is what rotoscoping is. Okay, so that's your use. Okay, and the reason why we want to talk about rotoscoping is because if you hear in the RT vlogs, we talk about relationships and emotions all of the time, especially of the individual, particular, and personal self. okay, that evolves through time and experience. And if you're not letting yourself experience stuff, you're not leveling up and you're not getting through certain experiences that you could have with ease. So let's get rotoscoping down today. Go ahead and leave a comment in the description box, or if you're on Facebook or Instagram and you've seen this, and ask questions like, what is rotoscoping? Okay? And with enough curiosity, I might write another free paper, but it really only helps if I'm experiencing some curiosity in my life, because I've done enough searching. I'm just steady on the path that I'm on now. So as long as these vlogs are being created, I'm learning something. So you'd best be learning something too. That's the RT vlog.